Okay, so that was table three. Sorry, slide three. So let's go to slide four, which is a couple of the um, work time ones. So slide four and slide five and slide six. Okay, all with some practice. Okay, so use the quadratic formula to solve. Do the solutions match those that you found using the complete the square? So we did complete the square with this exact same problem earlier. If you look at table 3, it's the exact same problem again using the quadratic formula. Okay, so you can look to slide 3 and look at this thing, this whole table, and you can solve here. So I'm going to skip 4, slide 4, because this section right here is slide 4. Okay, this whole section is slide 4. We filled in that last portion, this box, on this page over here. Okay, so you've done slide 4. Let's go move on to slide 5, which is use the quadratic formula for this question. Be mindful that a negative b means I'm going to put negative 5. So I'm going to just kind of get this portion. That's all I really need. Have a little more workspace. Okay, so our quadratic formula, we'll fill it in. This is our a value, this is our b value, and this is our c value. Okay, remember it has to equal 0, so we'll have x equals negative, and here's our b value, negative 5, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 5 squared, minus 4 times our a value, which is 2, times our c value, which is 10, all over 2 times our a value, which is 2. Okay. If you want this all color coordinated, I'll do that right now. Just give me a second. Okay, so I color coordinate everything. I forgot the minus there, but that's somewhat irrelevant because when I square it, this one here will also become a positive because this one is also inside of parentheses, negative 5 squared. Okay, so we'll have x equals negative 5, which is positive 5, plus or minus the square root of negative 5 squared, which is 25, minus 4 times 2 times 10. So 4 times 2 is 8, times 10 is minus 80, all over 2 times 2, which is 4, all over 4. Now what you'll notice about this is now we have a negative inside the inside here, and that's not always a pretty thing because when this is a negative value in here, I won't have any real solutions. So 5 plus or minus the square root, negative 80 and positive 25 is going to be negative 55 all over 40. Now, anytime there's a negative inside a square root, okay, this is when we have no real solutions. Okay, I know you covered this in Ms. Cassiano's class. There are no real solutions if this is a negative because there are no answers for a negative. So anytime there's a negative, this is what we're going to do. A negative inside a square root will come out as an I. So I'll have x equals 5 plus or minus, that negative is going to come out as an I, square root 55 over, sorry, this should just be 4. I don't know where I said 40 from. There you go, that's better. 2 times 2 is 4, not 40. Okay, and that's our answer. We'll leave it like that. Nothing is going to cancel. Okay, so that's slide 5, I believe. Here's slide 6. I have two problems. I'll do none of them for you. How about that? Go ahead and work on these by yourself. If you really get stuck, ask a neighbor, look to a friend. Remember, let me highlight these for you. Maybe that'll help a little bit. So let's do this in a colored pen. Here's your a value. That's this number and this number. And here's your b value. which is this number, including the negative. This number, this is a 1. And your C value, which is -4 or +2 in this equation, forgot to underline this B value there. Okay, just plug the numbers in the right place. Red and red, blue and blue, green and green, and then solve and simplify. Okay. Okay, so for slide 7, it says prepare a presentation, explain how to use the quadratic formula. So basically, it's asking you to do is go over this, and how do you plug this? How do you plug this into the equation correctly? How are you doing? Basically, how are you doing this? How do I put these things, this A, into the right place? How do I put this into the right place? And explain what we're doing. Okay, that's slide 7. On your paper, you should be on slide 7. Okay, explain it in words as much as possible. Okay, slide 8, make connections. Again, we're going to read together or maybe talk to a neighbor and fill out slide 8. What else did you learn? So, so-and-so might have said, said something you didn't hear or you thought was interesting or new, that you're going to write in slide 8. And then slide 9 and 10 are all on the same page. So, slide 8 and 9 and 10 are the same thing. Slide 9 is going to be this first question right here. I might have changed it a little bit. And same thing with slide 10. Just finish this sentence. Okay. Your homework or your classwork are going to be here. You have your Rev Prep items. This is the new one, solving using the quadratic formula, and your direct instruction stuff. It's not 10 practice problems. It's actually going to be, well, it is 10. It's going to be either odd or even. Okay, odd is for the girls, even for the boys. And that's it. So complete these on a separate sheet of paper. Make sure everything is placed into your iPad by taking a picture and uploading it. If you weren't sure which button to press, it's this button. Click this one, and then a camera option will show up, and just take a picture of your work with the correct slide. If you're on slide 1, take a picture of slide 1. If you're on slide 2, take a picture of slide 2, etc.